his touch. He can still do it.
It's making me dizzy just watching that. All the backflips over the years for Carl Edwards, who's back with us now. I know you said it's been a while since you've done one. I won't put you on the spot and ask you to do one. But I do want to know what you've been up to, though, since you left the car, because we haven't talked about that yet. What's the main thing you've been doing with your time now?
Well, I've been doing a bunch of different things. The neatest thing we've done is a bunch of travel. I get to travel all over the world, which was wonderful. I've always wanted to do that over in Europe and some other places, so that was good. We've been farming, and, you know, I'm not a very good farmer, but we've been farming, and that's been fun. And then we've got some different rental properties and things like that. And then and just trying to stay fit. Been riding my bike a bunch, and you know, I got into jiu-jitsu. That's been a lot of fun. That's been a real neat adventure for me, and really just trying to enjoy life.
So I appreciate that. I've been to Europe a few times, so maybe I'll see you there one day. But anyway, obviously you had an amazing career. You're on the Hall of Fame ballot. You know, and that's I know you're a shoe-in, so it's great to see that that is coming up hopefully soon for you. But when I think about racing, and I think about, you know, you weren't in it that long, but what were some of the hardest things about racing that you experienced, and what was the hard things for you?
Man, well, all of it was really hard for me. I think, but it was just hard enough that it made it a lot of fun. It was understanding the cars better. I wasn't as good at that as I needed to be. I think the hardest thing, though, was understanding how to deal with people and really understanding the team aspect of the sport. When I first came in, I was a solitary racer. You know, it was me and my close group of friends worked on our dirt cars. We did everything on our own. I made all the decisions. And when I got to NASCAR, it took me a long time to understand that the sport was a lot bigger than just me, as Mike Helton made it clear a few times. But I had to really understand that as a driver, I was a part of something bigger. And, you know, my team, you know, my sponsors, the sport, and really understanding how all those pieces fit, I think, was the most difficult thing for me. And the thing that I carry forward the most is how to really work with people to get the most out of any endeavor.
I got to back up for 1 second here, just a little bit, Carl. You talked about the traveling, going to Europe, everything like that. There was I don't know if it was a rumor, a fishing tale, whatever you want to call it, going through the garage, because believe it or not, people do still talk about Carl and wonder what's Carl up to. There was a rumor going around that you sailed across the Atlantic at some point or another. Is that true? Can you put that to either squash it or say it's true, one or the other?
Yeah, so we did it. We did 2 trips, and it was a motorboat. The first one, I was way out of my league, and they nicknamed me Buckets after the first 2 days because all I did was throw up in the bucket. And then we put together a second trip to go from the East Coast all the way over to Italy, and I was the captain on that trip, and it was just it was the adventure of a lifetime. We swam with whales out in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. I fixed a cooling problem on the engine for about a week somewhere. I don't even know where we were, on an island in the Mediterranean. And so, yeah, that really happened, and it was crazy.
That's pretty incredible. It sounds like you are definitely enjoying life, which is what it's all about. I don't know if you've had time to watch racing, but I am curious. We just had the big Dirt Bristol event. This was a big to-do in NASCAR. Did you get a chance to see any of it? And if so, what did you think?
Okay, I don't watch a lot of racing, but I had to watch some of that. So the other day I went and I really wanted to see what practice looked like. And I watched I think it was a 6-minute clip. And afterwards I went and told my wife, I thought, boy, I said, man, that looks fun. I think I could actually make it there and there might be a car for me to drive. I mean, it looked so neat, those cars. I mean, my whole career, my favorite thing has been the cars sliding around and managing the horsepower, managing the traction, the tires. And that race, I don't know what it really felt like to drive. And if it wasn't any fun, I don't want anyone to tell me that, because it looked just like a blast. And so, yeah, I paid attention to that.
So saying all that, I got a modified for you if you want to drive one. And or you ever thought about doing a one-off just for the heck of it? Will your wife let you do that?
Yeah, she would let me, just because it would get me out of the house. But yeah, I have thought about it a little bit. I miss the driving part a lot. I miss the people. I don't miss the schedule, but something like that, a one-off, would be a lot of fun. I had the chance to go do some testing in the sim for Daytona, and that was really neat. So, towards the end of my career, I really enjoyed the road courses. And so if I were going to do something, it would probably be on a road course, or if NASCAR by chance changed the package to where there was no downforce and about 1,000 horsepower, I could probably get pretty interested in that too.
Well, Carl, I would be interested in seeing you do that, because I'd love to see you back on the racetrack, even if it is just for that one more race. We mentioned a minute or two ago there the Hall of Fame, and that you are on the ballot for the Hall of Fame. So much success through your career. What would it mean to you if indeed you ended up in that NASCAR Hall of Fame at some point?
Well, it would mean more than I could. I don't really know how to describe it, because for me, I feel, and I've always felt that, I was just truly fortunate to get to do this. I mean, literally, to get to strap into these cars and drive for these people, and to have this amazing career. So to be honored like that next to folks, who to me have given so much more to the sport, it's a pretty big deal. So yeah, I don't know how to describe it, but it's a true honor.
Well, Carl, it's a true honor for us to have covered your career when you were racing, and also to hear from you today. Thank you so much for your time. It was great to catch up with you.
Hey, thank you guys. And thanks to everybody, the NASCAR fans, the community, for always being so good to me. And just thanks for having me on. This was fun to talk to you guys.
For more great NASCAR on Fox content, subscribe to our channel. It's somewhere right around here.